back my old coat. I love that coat, but it sure caused a lot of problems between me and my brothers.
You can say that again. And when you were 17 years old, your life was turned upside down. Remember this?
From Mars.
It looks like HBC covers on a chariot.
I can't stand him. It's bad enough he's our father's favorite and one day be the head of the family, but now all we hear about are those crazy dreams of his, where he sees us all bowing down to him.
That would never happen.
I've had about enough of him. I hate him.
Come on, let's kill him. Let's prevent him for good.
But what are we going to tell our father?
Come anyway. No, don't kill him. Just throw him into one of the pits.
That's a great idea. Consider it done. Then we'll see what becomes of his dreams.
Yeah.
Perfect. Hey guys, look over there. What do you see?
I see a caravan heading right by. What do you see?
I see opportunity knocking. That's a group of Ishmaelites going to Egypt to do some trading. Have I got a deal for them? If we let Joseph die in that pit, what's in it for us?
Nothing!
Let's sell them to the Ishmaelites and make a little money.
He'll be gone forever.
Yeah, it was the pits. God's always faithful, and He helped me. When you're going tough times, you just have to remember that God is in control of everything that happens. He knows what you're going through. And you really aren't alone because God is right there with you. Just trust Him, and He'll help you get through your pitiful situation.
When you're down in the hole and it's dark and it's cold, it's a mix. When you're feeling down with no turn around, it's a mix. No one to talk to, all by yourself. You're scared, hurt, lonely, where do you go for help? It's a mix. It's a mix. When we really don't got it and it's all dark out, it's a mix. It's a pix. It's a pix. When you're down, lift it up, 'cause God is in control. He sees you, He hears you, He knows what's going on. He is right there with you, you'll never be alone. Trust the Lord with all your heart, and He will make you strong. When it's a mix, when it's a mix. It's a mix. It's a mix. When you're down, lift it up, 'cause God is in control. He sees you, He hears you, He knows what's going on. He is right there with you, you'll never be alone. Trust the Lord with all your heart, and He will make you strong. When it's a mix, when it's a mix, when it's a mix, God is there. When it's a mix, He's right there. When it's a mix, God is there. When it's a mix.
Joseph, when you got to Egypt, our next guest bought you from the Ishmaelite traders.
Oh, you're talking about Potiphar, Pharaoh's captain of the guard.
That's right.
Joseph, you became a trusted servant in my house. I can tell that God's with you because He made everything you did successful. I'm no dummy. I put you in charge of my household and fields. Because of you, God was all that I own. Everything was fine until my wife tried to get you to sin. But you are a man of integrity and obeyed God's laws.
Joseph, you did the right thing.
Well, it was God that gave me the strength to stand up to temptation. He always gives us a way out when we're faced with sin. It's up to us to choose His way.
And that's what you did. You didn't think twice. You knew just what to do.
You find yourself in a situation that is not right, full of temptation, and in your heart, you know it's wrong. Don't wait, don't hesitate, get
you had done nothing wrong, Potiphar believed his wife's lies and sent you to prison. You were there a long time, but you had courage and endurance. God kept blessing you, and soon you were in charge of all that went on in the prison. That's when you met two very interesting people.
Oh, that would be Pharaoh's cupbearer and baker. When we were in prison together, they had strange dreams, and God gave me the meaning of the dreams.
And 2 years later, Pharaoh had strange dreams. Remember this?
Could not understand my two dreams, so I demand that someone tell me what they mean. These 7 fat cows and 7 lean, inform me now. Who will explain about the 14 heads of grain with 7 good and 7 burned, the meaning of which I should learn?
I know, I do, O king, who through his God interprets dreams. I could not have forgotten about this man that I've forgotten. His name is Joseph, this Hebrew. He will be here soon to speak with you. His God will help him to explain all about the cows and grain.
Greetings, Pharaoh. Hear these things, for God has told me about your dreams. Know these words from God are true, for he's revealed what he's about to do. The cows and grain, here's what they mean. 7 years of plenty and 7 of lean. The abundant years will produce great crops, but when the famine comes, all that stops. Find a wise and discerning man, put him in charge of Egypt's land. For 7 years store up grain, and you'll have food when famine reigns.
I would not, could not, yes, it's true, find one better than this Hebrew. For you're a strong and godly man, you're now in charge of Pharaoh's land.
Very clever. I could not have done it better.
Joseph, when you were 30 years old, you got a big promotion and went from the pit to the palace and became second in command of all Egypt. How were you able to remain so humble?
People tried to give me the credit for interpreting the dreams and storing the grain, but it wasn't from me. It was all from God. God knows all things, even the future. He knew the famine was coming, and he provided a way for people to survive it. I'm just honored that God let me be a part of his plan. He deserves all the glory. It's not about me, it's all about him.
several years of famine. It was terrible, and soon people from other countries came to Egypt to buy the grain he had stored. This brought some very interesting visitors.
Sorry, Simeon, you stay.
Aw, man, I always lose.
I can't believe this. Our father's going to be so upset when he hears that Simeon is in jail. We know how attached he is to Benjamin. He'll never let us bring him back.
This is awful. Obviously, we're being punished for what we did to our brother Joseph. He begged us not to harm him, but we wouldn't listen.
Didn't I tell you not to hurt the boy? Now we have to pay for what we've done. This is what we deserve. It's payback time.
I can't believe my brothers didn't recognize me. But they changed too. God has changed their hearts. I've often wondered what that would say if by chance I saw you one day. Would I be angry, seeking revenge, or would I walk away and just walk away? Was you meant for harm? God used for good. He had a plan for us. And as he directs us, he also expects us to be merciful, compassionate, inside. So much for you, my brothers, I forgive. What you've done to me, I forgive.
Joseph, may I ask you a personal question? After all that your brothers had done to you, how were you able to forgive them and show them compassion?
Well, I spent a lot of time talking to God about that. He helped me forgive them. God forgives me when I sin against him, and he expects me to forgive others when they sin against me.
That's hard to do.
But with God, all things are possible.
Well, Joseph, the famine continued, and once again your family in Canaan ran out of food. Your father Jacob had no choice. He had to let your brothers take Benjamin and go back to Egypt. That's when this man became a key player.
Hello, Mr. Joseph. I know you remember me. I was your go-to guy during Operation Give 'em Grain.
I'd know that voice anywhere. It's my steward, Stu.
Good evening, Mr. Joseph. I'll never forget the day your brothers returned to Egypt. As soon as you saw them, you turned to me and said, "Stu, we're throwing a party. Prepare a feast." Mr. Joseph, when you saw your younger brother, your brother's right for lunch, and you saw your younger brother, I think he must be a musician. I believe the name is Benjamin.
Oh, dude. It's pronounced Benjamin.
Oh, sorry, Mr. Joseph. Anyway, when you saw him, he got teary-eyed, had to leave the room. I could tell he wasn't favorite. When it was time for your brothers to leave for home, you had me set up a little surprise for them. Do you remember what that was, Mr. Joseph?
I certainly do, Stu. Operation Bring 'em Back.
Really?
We put the money they paid for the grain back in their sacks. And in Benjamin's sack, we put my silver cup.
You had gone just a short way from town. You had me go and get 'em. I'd have those boys open their bags, and I'd accuse them of being thieves. Don't you know they were shocked?
Yes!
Don't you know they were confused?
Yes!
Don't you know they were scared?
Yes!
And don't you know I loaded them up on their donkeys and shot them right back to Mr. Joseph?
Yes!
Here's what happened.
What were you thinking? Didn't you know you'd be caught? You, my silver cup! You'll be my slave. The printing you killed out your father.
Please, sir, please don't do this. Benjamin is our father's youngest son. It will kill him if he doesn't come home. Please, let me be your slave instead. Let Benjamin go home with my other brothers. It will break my father's heart if he doesn't come home.
I can't take it any longer. I've got to tell him who I am. Come closer, please. Come closer. I'm your brother Joseph, the one that you sold to the Ishmaelite traders. Now don't be scared, because it's okay. And don't be ashamed with yourselves for what you've done, because God put me in Egypt ahead of you, so our family could survive during the famine. God put me in Egypt, not you.
Joseph, is it really you? We never go and see you again. It's been more than 20 years.
You're alive! You tried to make it! I can't believe it!
mighty God.
Joseph, we have one final chapter of your life to celebrate tonight. We know you can never forget this place.
The happiest day of my life was when your brothers came home and told me that you were alive. Our family moved to Egypt to be near you, so God could provide for us during the next 5 years of the family.
Of course. That's my father, Jacob.
He's old.
And all that had happened to you, now you were second in command of Egypt. Through all your trials, you trusted God because you knew Him and understood His character. I'm so proud of the man you have become. God has truly done a great work in your life.
Thank you, Father. Don't fall, Father. Thanks to all of you for this wonderful celebration tonight. But all the praise and glory should go to God. God is faithful. He was with me for each step of my journey. And he was in control of all that happened. God brought me to Egypt. God blessed me in the house of Potiphar and in the prison as well. God sent Pharaoh's dreams and gave me the interpretation. God placed me in command of Egypt. All of this to accomplish his plans. But I'm no different than you. Just as God did for me, he will see you through every circumstance that comes your way. And more than that, he will bless you and teach you and mold your character. So know him and trust him. And if you're willing, God will give you the privilege of being involved in his plans. He's the all-powerful, all-knowing, ever-present God. Let's praise him now and forever.